what positions are you looking for in free agency rather than the draft? One position for me is receiver with guys like Mike Evans and Calvin Ridley, maybe.
Calvin Ridley be nice.
Man.
He seems like really high end, though.
One of the dilemmas we're dealing with right now is Arthur Smith being here.
Mm-hmm. Because it's like the opposite of it.
He likes using that fullback and the heavy personnel a little bit more than having that third receiver out there.
Yeah.
Now, could he adjust a little bit for our personnel? Maybe.
Yeah.
But maybe that third receiver isn't as glaring of a need now with Arthur Smith. I still think we need to address it.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get me wrong. We need to get someone. I think Tyler Boyd would fit. I think Tyler Boyd would work.
Yeah, for me, I'm looking either let's see, safety. Looking at veteran there, free agent.
I mean, you just bring back Terrell Edmonds. It's
the simplest solution. Probably go safety and corner.
In free agency, corner.
Mm.
You know any guys out there?
Not yet, but I'm more in line with NFL proven versus the collegiate.
People are trying to bring up L'Jarius Sneed for us.
Yeah, NFL is proven. I like it. No different when Steven Nelson came from there. I also think just this season, Buffalo, right? Rasul Douglas. It's not a name that seems like a world beater. Dude accounted for 5 turnovers in like 4 games, something like that, right? We just think like high-end play, all because it's just a veteran that understands just how to play at this level. So that's why I was kind of leaning that way since I did go first-round corner last year. So, yeah, if I was thinking free agency.
We doing another Patrick Peterson experiment with Stephon Gilmore?
I mean, it could work because to an extent, Pat P did work. It just didn't work in the way that we initially thought it would work. We thought he was going to be more outside corner, but he ended up
back
transitioning.
That's another question.
We're going to talk that today. Now, technically, he's under contract,
Yeah, he's back.
But he's going to be a part of the convo, I'm sure. But that's kind of how I thought of, like when I think of like that position, it's like I don't mind drafting something too, but I do like the proven veterans. Levi Wallace, when he came over, that wasn't a rookie. Joe Hayden, when he came over, it's not a rookie.
We got a lot of familiar faces in free agency. Kello, Arthur Millette.
Mm-hmm.
Steven Nelson.
I'm Team Arthur. I'm Team Arthur Millette. I'm in an Arthur mood. I like all his pitches, even though they be Baltimore. I be like, God, but his caption game fire.
Probably the 2 biggest names would be Jaylon Johnson and then Sneed.
Yeah. Sneed, to me, is the one that we would like the most, I think, just based off of what we're seeing him do and what we've seen him do in some of these bigger moments, big games. Whereas when you're talking, Johnson in Chicago, how many big games has he been a part of?
Right. He's improved every year, though.
No, he has.
Made a Pro Bowl this year.
Yeah, I ain't taking
a little bit younger than Sneed. Either one of those two would be pretty dope. Would be pretty ideal.
Heck yeah.
Now, Johnson's saying he wants to go back to the Bears, even though middle of this season he requested a trade.
Yeah.
I guess it's because the Bears finished on more of an uptick.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, we were obviously interested in trading for him. We were one of like those 2 or 3 teams that were trying to deal with the Bears. I think we can convince them. And it might depend on what the Bears do.
So would you go with him over Sneed though?
I don't care either or.
Okay, I see, just one or the other. I see what you mean.
If you're gonna do the veteran cornerback free agent, either or. Yeah, Johnson, a little younger. Yeah, it don't matter to me.
Yeah, I think for me, like I said, I lean more Sneed just because of the big game experience, the postseason runs. We know that matters, and yeah, I just want somebody that ain't gonna fold when the lights get big, man. And that moment, actually happens. It's like, yo, just make sure you're ready for that thing, man.
Jeff Okudah.
I'm kind of out on him
Adoree Jackson.
Adoree I like more because Adoree has at least proven he's been more productive. Now, I'm not paying Adoree anything crazy because he's also one of them inconsistent dudes, but I do like him. I think he's almost like in that Eli Apple type. Like, that's how I look at Adoree.
Some slot action with Kenny Moore.
We ain't hate it.
Yeah, there's some guys.
Mm-hmm.
There's some guys out here.
Because Levi Wallace is a free agent. We're gonna be talking about him as well, man.
You gotta pick. You gotta pick what you want to address
right.
in free agency versus draft.
If we talking, we want Jackson Powers or a center in the first round, then all right, we can't take the corner in the first round, or we can't take the safety in the first round, or the middle linebacker in the first round, or the right tackle in the first round, or is there anything I'm forgetting? I feel like I named all the positions, right? There was the target spots. So then we go second round. It's like, all right, you get your linebacker there. Cool. But now you...
Maybe this is one of those drafts we trade up and, like, get 2 second-round picks or make 2 first-round picks or something like that.
Yeah. Adoree Jackson, I like that
just
one,
with
bro.
where we're at as a franchise, like, I feel like we are in this kind of, like, win now. We got a team that's really set up for success here. Like, why not maybe just trade a future second-round pick to get another second-round pick or another first-round pick this year?
Like, I don't hate being aggressive like that, and I also don't hate us spending in free agency either.
There's some dope corners in this draft.
Yeah.
I really like a lot of them. But then I also think we need to get some dudes on this O-line.
Yeah.
Pair him up with Broderick, get a young core started just like Pouncey and DeCastro back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
We have a good base.
And that's the game you're going to play. It's
we have
like,
a good base, but we have like 4 or 5 needs we need to address. Like we need
right.
to address.
That's the game, though. Do you feel like it's easier for your offensive linemen to develop so you draft them and then spend money on improving corners? Or do you draft corners and then spend money on O-line? Me personally, I think it's way harder to play corner in this league than it is to play offensive line. So if
to
it's
get a for sure thing,
yeah,
that's fair. That's
bro.
very fair.
I would much rather go spend on a L'Jarius Sneed, on a Jaylon Johnson.
We already got JPJ.
Yeah,
too.
I would much rather spend on something that already can cover, is already proven, and take my chance on them O linemen, bro. Because we've seen what the Philly could look like at corner. We've seen just around the league, man. When them dudes are bad, it's like, yo, you're giving up 6. When you're learning on the job, you give up 6 at a time. We can get away with Broderick occasional sack when he's playing out of position on top of that. That's kind of my mindset with that, man.